Well, they're some of the most important figures in our communities, and now a new building for firefighters in Fort Madison is moving forward. With an overwhelming 70% vote in favor of the estimated $12 million project, voters decided that public safety is worth the price. WGEM's Zeke Shapiro was in Fort Madison today to show us how the public is supporting their firemen. Zeke?
The heat was on for the Fort Madison Fire Department to find a more spacious station, and voters were more than willing to show their support and help it become a reality.
I think it's a great thing that we're doing for the community.
70%. That's the percentage of Fort Madison residents that voted for a new firehouse for the city's fire department.
On election day, the public showed us a huge support, a huge commitment to this project. They share our vision in trying to build a new fire station.
The current station has existed for over half a century and is a staple of the community. Unfortunately, the station has outgrown its dimensions.
We decided that we were going to do some open houses, we were going to do some tours, we were going to do presentations to the various service organizations within the community.
And the response and show of support was nothing short of overwhelming.
Despite all the things that need fixed and infrastructure things that need done around town, public safety is, after all, a number one concern.
And in terms of cost breakdown, the measure stated that the public would pay up to $12 million for the new firehouse, but the department has already filed for bonds and are very hopeful that the public will not have to pay that amount. Safety, security, and cost efficiency. It's a trio that most Fort Madison residents want more than anything else.
I think Fort Madison is ready and due for this improvement.
The project still has some time before they can break ground. As I mentioned in the story, the financial details are still being worked out, and the department is hoping they can get the project done for $10 million instead of $12 million. Daniel?
All right, thanks, Zeke. The new firehouse is expected to be built at the Fort Madison Public Works Street Department location. That's about a block east of the current firehouse.